Today we are talking hybrids. And specifically we are talking hybrids for better players. Golfers with lower handicaps who may think they could still hit long irons and have no problem carrying a 3-iron or 4-iron or 5-iron in their bag. Well, things have changed and technology is better. And our friends at Tour Edge Golf have come out with a line of hybrids specifically intended for better players that I think is worth your while. I'm Ryan Ballengee. Thanks for checking us out once again today. Today we are doing a review of the Tour Edge Exotics EXS Pro Hybrid. That's a lot. That's a mouthful. But as you guys know, if you've watched this channel long enough, you know I'm a fan of Tour Edge Golf. You know that I love what they produce. They produce great golf clubs with modern technology. Maybe not absolute latest technology, but darn close for a really good high quality product at a really competitive price. And so their Exotics EXS 220 line has been a home run. If you've seen me do a review of the EXS 220 driver, it is one of my favorite drivers of the year. It is one of my favorite drivers of all time. The MOI on that thing is through the roof. It's long, it flies higher than I normally hit it, which I actually like. It is just a dream for most golfers. And based on the success of that, they heard from better players. Some of their tour players, a lot of them are on PGA Tour champions. A lot of them play without contract to play Tour Edge equipment. Some play with contracts, of course. But so many players have been using their 3 woods and 5 woods and 7 woods. And they wanted a hybrid that was a little bit smaller in profile than what we typically would buy, that looks a little bit more like an iron, but still has all of the forgiveness elements of a hybrid. And so they came up with the EXS Pro line, not only for driver, but also for fairway woods with a smaller profile, and then also the hybrids. So this is kind of a follow-on to the CBX line. I have a CBX 119 3-wood. It's a little smaller profile in the EXS 220, has a titanium face. It goes a long way. It's a really good product. But this is kind of in that same vein. What they wanted to do is they wanted to create a higher end product for a better player with a smaller profile and still have all those forward-thinking features to it. So this does have a titanium face to it, which I think is awesome. It also kind of has a bit more of a iron style profile, because some more like woods, some more like hybrid irons, kind of somewhere in between is this. So this is a 17-degree hybrid. Now, you might think I am insane for playing a 17-degree hybrid. But as a point of comparison, I wanted to compare this 17-degree hybrid to the 18-degree 2 utility iron that I've played from Srixon forever, the ZU65. It will not leave my bag until I can no longer hit it. It is that good of a club. So I wanted to compare that 18-degree product, which is labeled a 2-iron, to this 17-degree product, which is really more kind of a 1 hybrid, and just kind of get a feel for playing a hybrid again after so many years of not playing a hybrid. It's got a nice black crown. It's got a little bit of gloss to it, not too much. If you see it in shinier light, it doesn't kind of reflect off and hit you in the eye and blind you. It has a good aesthetic with the blue and the red trim colors. That's kind of carried through the entire EXS 220 series, carries through the EXS Pro series too. It's just a nice way of kind of rounding out the black without adding so much color that it just kind of seems distracting. So enough there. Red, white, and blue plays on the fact that clubs are made in the United States. That's one of their big selling points. So it all kind of works out pretty well. I've spent a fair amount of time with this, and there's a little bit of a learning curve here. And part of the learning curve is you're going from a utility iron that does not have much offset at all to a hybrid that does have some offset. And on top of it, you have to make some adjustments to it if you are someone who likes to hit the ball right to left, because this has 2 weight ports on it. And the weight ports are set up so there's a 20-gram weight in the heel and there's a 5-gram weight on the toe, which means it's going to give you a little bit more of a right to left bias because of where the weight is situated. It moves that center of gravity just a little bit. If you flipped it, a little bit more neutral setting, maybe more likely to just kind of go straight. So I've played with that some. There is offset on this. It's something you're going to notice. And it's maybe a little bit more than I thought I was going to get because of the Pro moniker. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you need to know how to set this thing up. So I have to set it up a little bit open, a little bit right of my target, and then kind of let it draw in. I can hit cuts with this. I can hit it low. I can hit it high. I can hit it really high. I can stand up on it a little bit and really launch it high, which you wouldn't expect for a 17-degree club. And you can kind of see that in all the shots that I'm hitting. This is a bonded product. There are some hybrids out there that you can adjust loft on. I don't think that's what you're looking for in a hybrid. I truly don't feel that. If you are, they exist. They are out there. But I don't think that's what people are looking for in hybrids. I think they're looking for hybrids that replace irons for the most part. So you may not be thinking about a 1 hybrid or a 2 hybrid or even a 3 hybrid, but you're probably thinking about a 4 hybrid, 5 hybrid, maybe even a 6. I mean, there are some hybrid lines, not this one, but you could go down to the 8 hybrid because these are easier to hit. The center of gravity is lower. That means you're going to hit the ball off the ground easier, and it's going to be more forgiving than an iron. This is a great club to hit shots into par 5s with. I can't tell you how many par 5s I've tried to reach into from kind of obscene distances with this. I can probably hit it. I mean, I hit the 2 hybrid or 2 utility, off the turf, maybe 230, 240 if I smoke it. This is probably about 10 to 15 yards longer than that. I could probably hit it stock 240, and if I really cream it, 255. And that puts it right in the category of being a 3-wood replacement because I don't hit a lot of 3-woods. So if I'm in a situation where I'm playing a golf course with a couple of longer par 5s, not my home course, but maybe somewhere else, and I need to get home in 2, but from a longer distance, this is going to work for me. And I don't have to have the same fears in my head of hitting a 3-wood and sculling it or doing something goofy with it because I'm trying to hit it too hard. This also kind of creates a limitation too, right? Where with a 3-wood, that has a titanium face, and if I crush it, it could go close to 300 yards. This obviously limits the high end of that. But then again, if I'm going to a par 5 that's like 600 yards, odds are I'm not getting there unless I have 2 of the best shots of my entire life. So I'm willing to take that trade-off. I think if you're comparing this to a hybrid iron, there are pluses and minuses, right? One of the pluses is you get more forgiveness in the offset. So if you don't like hitting long irons, or that's not your thing, but you still want something in the bag that's shorter than fairway wood and you can hit pretty high pretty easily, boom, this is exactly where you want to be. But if you're someone like me who loves to hit a hybrid iron off the tee, loves to hit it low, loves to do those same kinds of shots from the fairway, you lose a little bit of that with this. It is kind of hard for me to just hit a low hook with this and not overhook it because of the offset. Something you got to get used to. You could do it. I mean, it's got the slipstream sole. That is kind of the exotics thing. That's their biggest feature on the fairway woods and the hybrids over the years, and it really works well for turf interaction. It's a great feature, and it makes it easier to hit this off the turf, no doubt about it. But if you're looking at the extra offset, then you've got to account for that in your brain. Sometimes you may get it right, and sometimes you may not. So if you're looking for that kind of thing from a club, maybe you want to lean toward a utility iron. But again, if you want all the features of a hybrid, but you don't want necessarily the bigger profile, you don't want quite as much offset, and you want a little bit more flexibility to get into the fairway wood replacement category of a hybrid. So talking about a 1 hybrid, 2 hybrid, 3 hybrid, even a 4 hybrid, maybe you can get rid of some fairway woods if you carry a 3, 5, 7 wood. And if you feel more comfortable with something that's a little bit more iron-like, iron length, now you're here. They've got great stock shafts. They are aftermarket, pure aftermarket. The Hazardous Smoke is really the brand name that you're going to probably see most frequently in the series, what I went with. I love Hazardous products. They are tremendous. The Smoke series is really good. This is an 80-gram low-spin shaft. Got an X. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. I've used Hazardous Smoke driver shafts that are kind of in the 75, 80 gram range before, and they have felt truly heavy. This didn't really feel that way. I mean, you can feel the weight, but the head also has a little bit of weight to it, so it all kind of balances itself out. It doesn't feel like you're swinging just one big heavy thing. It feels well balanced. It feels sturdy, feels very stable. And you can obviously set this up with other aftermarket shafts based on your swing speed, based on your personal preferences. They have a really good online fitting system, so you're not necessarily having to go to a club fitter to get this all set up. That said, I am going to try this with a new shaft, a Ventus HB, their new Ventus HB Black specifically. That's their new hybrid shaft. So I'm going to try that with this and kind of see where that leaves me. But from just the stock position, the stock shafts that you can pick, you're getting some great choices right off the rack, and you can do it reasonably quickly. Torridge is really good about building stuff for you. They will get it out to you within just a handful of days. At most, sometimes they'll get it to you within 2 days, depending on where you are and when you order in the day. But they can get stuff to you really quickly, and they're really, really good about that. So I think what I would say about this is, if you are a better player, but you like long irons, and you like keeping them kind of in your bag, but you're not ready to quite give up on having a 3-iron or 4-iron yet, maybe you should start thinking about that. Start thinking about giving up these kinds of things and moving into modern technology, whether you're an older golfer, whether you're just a stubborn younger golfer, whatever you are. But if you're looking for a club that looks good, offers forgiveness, will go a long way, has modern technology, and is visually appealing to a better player, then I think you want to look at this product. You want to look at the EXS Pro. If you can find a hybrid that will fit your game and fit a place in your bag, then you're filling a hole that's going to make you potentially 1 to 2 shots better per round. And that's really all you can look for in a golf club. I'm Ryan Ballengee saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.